Yes, y'all. Welcome to
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
If you have opinions or queries you wish to share, we have multiple ways to be reached. The email address for the show is podcast@stayscrunchyandmilk.com. On Twitter, it's @skimpod, SKIMPOD.
Stays Crunchy.
And if you're feeling froggy, go on and jump into our voicemail line at 216-3028-POP. That's 216-302-8763. The show can be heard on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn Radio, Spotify, and as always at our website, StaysCrunchyandMilk.com.
Stays Crunchy.
Please rate, review, subscribe, and share the show on your own social media feeds. And if you want to get at us directly, feel free to reach out via our personal Twitter.
Stays.
It's at Tatum216, Lunchbox2099, The Real ODP, and I'm your host, Tabrail713.
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
To get back to us so that we can discuss about this case before taking any legal action against you. The number to reach us is 631-343-0217. I repeat, 631-343-0217. Thank you.
I'm in trouble, guys. I don't know what to do.
Can't believe the IRS has finally found you out after all this time and used that robocall to tell you about yourself. Welcome to the Stays Crunchy Milk episode 267. We out here. It has been 2.5 weeks since we recorded a show. It's been a bit since we recorded an actual episode of this. Just life and travels and so forth and so on. But we here. And once again, we do it for you. I don't even know. It's so much I want to talk about. We got to tell you about Toronto because, we went to Toronto and we got to share that bit with you. But, man, it's just been going down. Bill Cosby going to jail. And
He's in jail.
Yeah. Apparently
that was an immediate.
Apparently was served pudding his first night on the inside. Vanilla.
Not even chocolate.
Well,
bitch.
You know what he like. So, of course, that went down. It's I can't even fucking call it, man. It's a wild ass adventure out in this world as always. But we here. We'll tell you some stories. We'll crack some jokes. We'll chuckle. We'll try to keep it less on the serious side of things, unless we just bump into that.
And no sex talk.
Oh, you know what I want to tell you about though? This show on Amazon that I'm fucking with. Forever. Written by my man Alan Wang from who wrote Masters of None. And I am 6 episodes into this little 8-episode season. Episode 6, Andre and Sarah was a fucking amazing. Probably the best episode of that show thus far.
Well, I gotta get to episode 6. I stopped at on I guess the 3rd episode.
Fred Armisen, Maya Rudolph star in this quirky little dramedy comedy situation, but also I'm gonna add it got a little
Science
fantasy.
Fiction? Oh, okay.
Fantasy sci-fi bit to it. I'm not gonna call it sci-fi because that part hadn't seen it showed up, but definitely some fantasy into it that I was like, well, that is an interesting take. So I'm gonna tell you right now, if you got Amazon Prime Video, go give it a look at Forever. And it's only 8 episodes, about 30 minutes each, 25 minutes each actually. Now I think about it, and enjoy because I'm digging it. I'm feeling that. So that's what's up with there. So. Box and I and my girlfriend, we told y'all about some weeks back. Finally got to go to Toronto, and it was simply a delight.
For the most part.
Well, look, I can't help it that border crossing agent was like, "You have any firearms in the vehicle?" And it really threw me for a loop because That
wasn't even what I was referring to.
I know.
Okay.
I know. I've been asked if I had got a gun in the car once before in my life. Once again, it was headed to Box that time. I got pulled over driving to his house for a Halloween party, and we were. I was dressed like a cholo, I guess is what I'm gonna say. And Vanessa was dressed like a like Orange Is the New Black, like so she had a uniform or whatever, standard union. And the cop was like, asked me then, is there any weapons in the car? And I turned my head and looked at him like, do you not understand we're in costume, headed to a costume
Was
party?
he joking?
He was so sincere. And that's when they changed the speed limit on Broadview, dropped it down to 25 from 35. It used to be 35 up that stretch. And they dropped it down to 25 in the the business district, you know what I'm saying? So people, I guess, can slow their roll and head to whatever, the pizza shop or whatever. But second time it happens to be
or Swenson's.
is I'm going to damn Canada and I'm handing my man these passports and he was just so angry about everything. But it's the second time I've been to Canada. It's the second time I'm going in there. I think they just have to be mad because they own a serious ass job. And he's like, "What you doing in Canada?" I'm like, "I'm going for a concert. I'm going to Toronto." You ever been here before?
It was a woman.
No, I had a woman, but it was a dude this time, for sure.
There was a dude on the way back.
It was a dude going in too. So I'm so sincere. I'm dead
that
serious.
was a woman.
No.
It was the accent.
She was a handsome woman.
And
well, I was in the passenger seat,
so the questions they asked are as follows. And because I'd gone there just 2 weeks before, I was prepared in my mind how this transaction was going to go down. But he flipped everything up on me. Where you going? I'm going. No. Where are you going? Why are you going? Have you been here before? Are there any firearms in the car? It was chaos. It threw me all the way off because, like I said, and so him and my girlfriend swear, "Oh, it's because you had the kids last time and they wouldn't let you." I'm like, the last time they were shitty too. This is an extra version of shitty. He added bonus questions onto the whole conversation. It's too much. Had your boy shook. I was like, what?
It was when this all happened, I realized T was the worst one of any of us in the car to be at the window handling the questions. Because, like, he goes into it with this level of panic already. And then like the scared black guy cop gun questions start flying and he starts panicking even more.
Hey man, I don't know how it go down up north. It could have went down right then and there. So yeah, that was a.
And maybe I should have thought about that before you went on the road trip. Like, I know T likes to drive and shit, but when it comes to,
I mean, like even in like Buffalo, we could have flipped.
Yeah,
but I didn't really like think about it until it happened. I was like, yeah, in retrospect, probably should have not had you there.
Going forward, because we, like I said,
it should be but when it's a black person involved, it should be I'm with them now, we're here with us. Or the other way around.
Well, going forward, because we are definitely going back to Toronto. I really enjoy it. I really want, and I want to go with y'all. I want to go. Not that I don't love going with Vanessa. I like sometimes having just a guy's adventure. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely want to go do that again. I will definitely just ride shotgun or in the back seat or whatever, and on the border crossing.
Hopefully, I mean, if we go, it'll probably be just us. So we gotta find another white guy to go with us.
Man, we'll figure out.
Because Gabe,
I know Aiden really wants to go to Toronto. He just needs to get a passport, so that could be your white guy.
All right.
I don't know about. Should we be saying his name on the podcast?
We've said it before.
Oh.
I don't even leave his name at this point.
He gets indignant about shit sometimes, and he has the most road rage stories I've ever heard. So
yeah, but let's be honest, I'd be the one driving. So
okay,
a little bit safer in that regard.
Yeah.
So
there's some road rage stories too, though, man. You followed the dude for almost 3 hours.
I did.
You were younger.
Yeah, that was like 7 years ago.
Well, honestly, I think that was the worst of the trip for me. And everything else about it was one hell of an adventure.
What he's alluding to is I got food poisoning the first night there, which sucked because T and I were supposed to go to the Indians game versus the Toronto Blue Jays that Sunday, and my ass could not get up off the couch except to saunter the 10 feet to the bathroom to use the toilet about 7 times.
Yeah, I got up and I was like, I knew it. He was just mummified. He was wrapped in a weird way, like, and you weren't in any kind of motion. I was like, "Are you okay?" I am not. I was like, "Okay, let me go get you some stuff so I can get you okay."
Yeah, like it was about 3 a.m. in the morning when I woke up the first time and realized that all was not right in the hood.
Well,
I was hot and like my stomach was bothering me. And just like I was like, "Oh fuck, please God, just let this be a tummy ache." And then when I woke up around 8, I knew it was not just a tummy ache. And I laid. This is the best sleep I've gotten though in months because I was wearing my Fitbit tracker that tracks my sleep.
Yeah.
I slept for 13 hours that day.
It was like some real vacation rest. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's terrible that you had to like crawl to the bathroom and dying, you know what I'm saying, disgusting sharp pains in your gut. If like you could have just been relaxed and been, you know what I'm saying, it would have been better. But
yeah,
let's take you backwards.
I mean, I was disappointed about the missing the game. But,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, let me take you backwards a little bit. We stayed at, I'm going to put it all out there because it was so good. It's AirBnB at 300 Front Street in downtown Toronto. When I say downtown Toronto, I know everybody's thinking, oh, he's on the cusp or some shit like that. No.
We were across the street from the Blue Jays Stadium.
Mere steps away.
That's why. That's what made it even more disappointing. I could look out the window and fucking see the stadium right there.
that sucks.
I could throw a rock at the bitch.
It took a while, but eventually we did.
I mean, I might have had to go out and pick it up and throw it a couple more times because I have a bad arm. But I could have gotten it there.
But yeah, we that place was beautiful. It was straight up and down an IKEA room. If you go to IKEA, they have like whole rooms like designed straight up.
It's the kind of furniture where like a dude like me sits on it and you're like in your mind like, please don't break.
It was like two exact. It was like an IKEA kitchen, like even the appliances and everything.
You showed me the pictures.
Yeah, so
It was a beautiful place.
it right exact. We was on the 39th floor.
Yeah,
I do believe
too high. 39 too many.
So we way up in a lovely little fancy little downtown Toronto apartment. That was dope. It was beautiful. It just turns out we just happened to come in town during the Toronto International Film Festival. So Toronto was full of famous people, and I ain't bumping to nobody famous, but it was a vibe in that town that weekend. It was like, oh, we cool right here. The main reason we went there was, of course, to go see Childish Gambino on his final tour as Childish Gambino. I don't know what he's going to go doing forward, but we went to go see him in the Scotia Bank Arena, formerly the Air Canada Center. But the day Box was down for the count, my girlfriend had planned just to go walking around to go shopping, and so I just ended up joining in with her and walking around Toronto with her. And she just was on it. She just kept finding cool shit. We bumped into. She wanted to go see Lush because she said, well, Lush is headquartered in Toronto, so they probably have a super nice store there, and it really was. And everybody was super sweet there, and it was lovely. I was like, well, let's see if we can find a record store. We found a record store that's just amazing, has all these like bootleg albums and stuff. I know you think, whatever, what's that? But it's like, I see bootlegs all the time on people's Instagrams, and I'm always like, where the hell did you get these from? Well, quite potentially, they may have gotten them from this look up in Canada who just sell them on the shelf. They had Acid Rap, they had 3 Chance the Rappers, like, you know what I'm saying? They don't got them, they might even on vinyl, they might even on CD. But there they are right there on vinyl on the shelves.
That's pretty sweet.
I thought so. Found a dope chicken restaurant that turns out literally had just opened that day or the day before. I think it was that day. I think today was their grand opening because they had a deal going, 30% off on everything.
30% of all chicken.
Yeah, and that was some damn good chicken. The chicken was amazing. They have a street in Toronto called Graffiti Alley. Mm-hmm. Like an actual, that's the name of the street. Went down there, ton of beautiful graffiti. I got a ton of those pictures of that. That was dope. And just like I said, we walked around Toronto. Stopped at a nice little patisserie, Butter Avenue. I don't know. It was super nice. The first night we were there, we went to a place that probably got lunch sick. And
Spring rolls.
Yeah, Spring Rolls was the name of the restaurant. Don't think he was eating spring rolls. Although we did have spring rolls. Yeah,
but yeah,
yeah. And we walked in the door, and they looked at Box and me, and they was like, "You want the buffet?" I was like, "You motherfucker." No, I don't want your buffet.
Yeah, he looked at I said no. Mm-hmm. Then he fucking stared at me
hard.
Looked at my stomach, looked back up in my face.
Like, you sure?
And kind of gave this like, are you sure?
He didn't even pretend to not do that. I'm saying.
Like that time you went to the Chinese restaurant, she's like, you want General Tso?
And crab rangoon.
Crab rangoon.
So that was a wild experience, but it was a beautiful restaurant. It was really lovely. The staff, the wait staff there was quite nice. It just got my man super sick, which is, you know what I'm saying? Gonna have to get your thumbs down on that, right? It's just what that is. You said you go with the pad thai, eh?
Yeah, I mean
that sushi looked suspect.
But you said it didn't get Vanessa sick until like 4 days later.
Yeah, that's true. Well, okay, can't call it what got my man ill, but yeah. We went to Pablo's. It's famous for their Japanese style cheesecake. Only arrived there for him to be basically completely out of everything but some little mini cheesecakes. I was very upset about that. We ended up finding another spot that had it, but it wasn't the same, and I know it wasn't the same. And one day I had to go back and give you some Pablo's. Canadian money is hilarious.
Was it hilarious?
It's just funny money. It looked like I should have brought I used to $5 at my house right now, just sitting on. I got on the shelf in there.
How much is $5 worth here? $2.50?
4 1/4.
Oh, 4 1/4.
Yeah, it might be $3.75. That's right. Anyway, it maths out that way. But that was just weird to experience. I don't know. It's a very international city. I got to see CBC. When I saw CBC, I thought of you, and I took pictures of it and sent it to you. But of course, they didn't get it till well. I was like, I was home, and I was like, "What that? Oh, that didn't send." So just because me and Aunt listen to a lot of public radio, and the CBC happens to produce a bunch of shows like that. So I think they did Degrassi too, right?
Yes, Degrassi. Yeah. No, that was was that BBC America? I don't know. But all that stuff falls under that umbrella.
Yeah. Toronto, as it turns out, is a very swinging town. It was very nice. People there were I didn't hear too many weird Canadian accents. Unlike Niagara Falls, where I did. Not this go round, but the first time was Niagara Falls. But I don't know, man. I super for real enjoyed it. It's super quick trip from here. It's like 4.5, 5 hours. Depending on I guess whatever weather and everything I got there. It was weird driving with kilometers on the side of the road because I could not for the life of me. He ended up working it out in his head real quick, like, well, it's got to be this much because it's a third of this. And I was like, how the fuck you do that, you fucking math major? But he worked it out that 100 kilometers an hour is about 62 and some change miles per hour.
Okay.
So you dial that in, go about the normal speed.
Isn't
limit.
it on your car though?
No, we had the car we had rented only had what is it? What is ours called? Standard, yeah, standard metrics. My car, yes, my actual car I have, yes, does have kilometers. So had I been able to envision it, I probably could have worked it out. But like I said, I'm so astounded about it. It was really beautiful. I really think I just had a good time. A few days just away. My mom and my sister came through, and I got to kick it with them for a little bit before I left. And that was dope. The kids seem to have a good time with my folk. They always do, but it's like, who knows? They getting older, so we know how it swings as they get older. That seemed dope. That Childish Gambino concert was amazing.
And who opened up for? It was Ray Shremmers.
Ray Shremmers, and the one dude was hype as fuck. The other dude was not hype at all. It was a weird kind of dichotomy to watch them on stage together.
One guy was putting in a lot of effort. The other guy was just pacing back and forth, like in a 6 to 7 foot radius, putting his hands up and down repeatedly.
I feel like I don't know how popular Ray Shremmers are. I feel like they may not be a stadium show kind of group quite yet. Like this might be one of the first times they've gotten to like the big stage, and I feel like he might have been a little nervous. I'm not certain, but that's my feeling on that situation. Because it was big, and it was like packed. And I don't know if it was sold out, but it was mighty full. And there was dudes out there scouting.
It wasn't full when they were up there.
No, but I'm saying like it's a packed house in general. It's a large structure. That's a big stadium. And I'm like, at this point, I've been to a few of them. And I'm like, this seems large.
It was like being at the Q.
The big Q?
The big Q.
They had handrails up top. They were keeping people safe. The Q don't do that.
Yeah, but the seating number is pretty much the same.
Yeah, we got all the way down. Didn't get to the floor. That was the goal. But I got to the first row before the floor. Yeah. So you see the ice underneath the boards. That was kind of dope. So you kind of like because they play hockey there. So that was kind of dope.
What is the Raptors play at?
Right there, same place.
Okay.
Yeah. We had this one dude who would not for the life of him sit his ass down. Just kept getting up and coming out.
And I actually said something to him at one point. Because I was getting, like, the seats weren't that big. Yeah. So, like, once I was in, I didn't want to move.
Yeah.
And then he kept getting up and coming back, getting up. And so, the third time he got up to leave, I was like, hey, my man, why don't you buy 3 beers this time so that way you don't have to make more trips?
Just, like, sit your bitch ass still. And, like, the one time, the lady in the row, because there was a lady in the row with us, and she had to get up and go. She apologized profusely because she already knew what was up. Like, yo, y'all gotta chill the fuck out. Sit your asses down. But other than that, shit, that was a great show. It was loud as shit, like that good loud, like in a proper like concert. And I'm like, okay, I see you. Because at this point, that's my third Gambino show, and I've watched him elevate each time. So first time House of Blues, next time was Wolfstein Center. This time, you know what I'm saying, I'm like, yeah, your show production levels are like massive. You are doing
the spinny LED tower thing.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Lasers and smoke.
There was like actual like underwater graphics and stuff.
Yeah. That was amazing. Like I said, that was he did the damn thing.
We'll be right back after these messages.
You ever see a product on the shelf and wonder how was that? Well, you have to wonder no more, because we at Skim will bring you
We Tried.
No longer do you have to say, was that soda good? Because
we tried it for you.
You ever see those brand new fries at Taco Bell and then think, I won't waste my time.
Damn, those were delicious.
Those were damn good. What about that naked chicken chalupa, the new spicier edition? We tried it.
How was it?
It was pretty good.
I was curious, and I haven't had it.
I enjoyed it. If you're looking for some entertainment,
The way that only we can provide, who else out there do you know that can compare Oreos to bad sex? No one, that's who.
nobody. Like Keith Sweat, nobody, baby.
Who can review you like me?
Nobody.
Who can tell you what we eat?
Nobody. You can find that on our newly established Patreon. You go to Patreon / Stays Crunchy and Milk. And that's Crunchy with a K.
Make sure you throw a .com in there so you don't get lost in the neighborhood.
And now back to Skim.
I can tell you one thing though about Toronto that was not good.
What?
Swiss Chalet.
What's that?
Wait. So the Swiss Chalet in Toronto was closed. Who knows what could have happened in that particular one? That one where we went to instead was the Amsterdam Brew House or some shit to that effect.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That lady was mean until it was time to leave. Then she
But
got
the
all
food was
peppy.
good.
The food was good, and it was lovely. It literally was situated on that is Ontario, Lake Ontario.
Yeah.
So that was nice. Swiss Chalet, and at that point, we were outside of Toronto by a fair bit.
We were in the suburb, and well, like while we were still in Toronto, like the morning we were getting ready to leave, we went to the CN Tower, which
Okay.
was also right across the street because it's in front of the Blue Jays Stadium. So we did that, even though I was afraid of heights and it freaked me out. But then
Not just we just did that. We get in the elevator, that bitch go up, and all of a sudden, glass. I'm like, oh, box. And so it's a video box I have, and I pan across the room, and I pan back, and I'm like, you can see him. He just like, it's very fun.
Yeah. But no, so when we left for Toronto, I put up on Facebook that I was going there.
Yeah.
And
Star Wars world.
yeah, I was gonna say someone who's familiar with the show. Who's like, oh, you got to go to Swiss Chalet. If you don't go to Swiss Chalet, you wasted your trip. And I was like, okay. So on the very last day, as we're heading home, we stopped at a Swiss Chalet for lunch. And it was the worst fucking food I've ever had in my entire life.
Oh, wow.
There was
What kind
not.
of food is it? Like Swiss?
Vanessa referred to it as boiled goose.
I would say it's Canadian Boston Market.
Okay.
And
I feel like you shitting on Boston Market when you say that. Because I've had Boston Market. They at least salt they
well,
fucking meat.
I was talking not about the food quality, but like the menu,
Okay, there we go.
like the way it's laid out and everything.
They also played Fast Car by Tracy Chapman a good 5 times in a row. Don't know what was going on there.
I didn't know that was the name of the song.
Yeah.
Yeah, the give me one reason to stay here.
It's called Fast Car?
I was the name of that song, that particular song, but hey.
Yeah, they literally played it 5 times in a row.
Oh, that fucking sucks.
Like I was like, what the fuck are they doing?
I felt like I appreciated it more in the
They were
end.
trying to give you one reason to
I
stay there.
like the song, but
Yeah.
I was like, is it stuck on repeat?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
They repeated some other song after that, too. I don't know what it was, but still. Yeah, Swiss Chalet was on some nonsense.
But like, so the waitress comes over, and I said something like, "Oh man, y'all really like Tracy Chapman, huh?" And her name was Tracy, so she didn't understand what I was saying. She's like, "Oh yeah, I love Tracy." And I was just like, "Bitch, go turn that song." So
Usually that stuff is on a satellite and you have no control over it.
yeah, well, eventually the loop stopped, but so. This place, like, it kind of had like a Boston Market feel. Like it had like rotisserie chicken on the menu and ribs and stuff like that. It had burgers, that kind of shit.
Okay.
But it was like, it felt like you were at a Boston Market. So the whole reason we went there is because they were like, oh, you got to go there for the poutine. So I ordered a bacon cheeseburger with a side of poutine. The poutine, the food comes out. The poutine, the fries were obviously cooked. But the cheese curds and the gravy were not warmed up, so they were counting on the fries to heat up the gravy and cheese curds. So it was
How
cold.
can somebody serve cold gravy?
Yeah.
Cold gravy is just one of those, that doesn't make any sense.
Then I bite the burger.
Oh,
So I had opened up the burger, like the bun, so that I could put the mayo on there. Mm-hmm. You can see like the cheese square has barely melted, and it has like that processed cheese look to it.
yeah.
The bacon is like, it looks like something's off. But I put the mayo on and I take a bite. It doesn't bite like a burger does here, where you bite into it and it breaks away and comes into your mouth and you can see your teeth marks and everything. I bit into this and it was like chunks and like broke. It was the most heavily processed burger I'd ever had. Like when I took a bite, the bite didn't come off the burger into my mouth. The burger patty, where they had pasted the chunks together, started to separate. So it was just chunks coming into my mouth.
Like you bit a piece of glass.
Yeah, and then the shards, instead of like just having teeth marks, the glass shatters and the bits start falling into your mouth. That's what it felt like.
It's like, you ever been to like, Sam's Club got them, GFS got them, you know what I'm saying? It's just them burgers that come in a pack, you know what I'm saying? And if you read the ingredients, you're like, beef heart? You wouldn't want them bitches. He didn't want that meat. I saw him when he took a bite of it. I saw how the meat came apart. It was like fabric. It's like, it was
You went to Joanne's to get a burger?
It was gross.
I thought I was going to throw up in the car when we left.
Damn, Lunch. Sorry.
It was gross all around in that regard. So it's like,
I mean, I was 2 days removed from food poisoning.
yeah, so
Yeah,
it
I was just about to ask which end of the trip this was on, because like, eating that after already being
Well, like
sick.
the day after food poisoning, I had a burger and poutine at that Amsterdam place by the lake.
Yeah.
So like I knew I could keep it down. I had stomach pain still that day.
Oh yeah.
But that Tuesday, like it was still hurting a little bit, but that food just sucked.
Yeah.
It was not good. It was like I couldn't say anything redeeming about it at all.
Tracy was nice.
I was talking about the food. Tracy was fine. I mean, she was trying real hard to sell that crap food, so I give it up to her for trying to do a good job.
A good job with her hustle. Yeah, Swiss Chalet gets no love. Again, another reason I just want to go back up there so we can just go through and just eat proper. Just maybe like set up a list of spots we want to go to and then just let's go eat here, here, and here. You know what I'm saying? That way it's just like, that's what's up. We got a plan. Because like I said, the one place we said we was going to go to was Pablo. We did get to Pablo. Pablo was beautiful. It looked nice. But it was out everything.
Yeah.
Because we got there mad late, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, didn't get to experience that. So that kind of stuck. And, but I liked it, man. I like everything about it. I felt it was a safe town, relatively clean town. We had a very nice Airbnb.
No fat people.
Yeah, it was uncomfortable as fuck.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie to you. That's because it's a walking town. It's very empty of larger people. So your boys out there sticking out like giant sore thumbs. Like,
You guys are from Ohio, right?
Oh, they definitely was like, oh, what's going on down the States? Oh man, I wish you would have been. You were so sick that day. We were we stopped at a bodega to get you your Nutri-Grain bar, whatever the fuck that was. I got you.
Oh, the Cliff Bar.
Yeah, the dude was he was in there. He's like, where you from? I go, we're from Cleveland. He goes, oh man, hey man, we might have a shot this year because of y'all. I go, because he's a Toronto fan.
Yeah.
I go, hey man, I'm like, all I can hope for is we make the playoffs, bro. That's all I want, man. I'm like, you ask for much.
I thought we don't want them to make the playoffs because
I don't.
Yeah.
You don't. I do. I just love us, man. I always want us to do well.
If you
I
love
do
us,
too.
you
That's
want
why,
us to
that's why you want us to get the 1 seed.
We got an old school
Yeah.
trust.
Draft of the playoffs.
We gotta
take this bitch.
We got an old school trust the process.
Yeah. In the NBA, man, you're either at the top or you're at the bottom. And if you live in the middle, you don't go anywhere. Look at the Indiana Pacers.
You're right. I can't even knock it, man. But he was like, when we walked in there and he was bumping some reggae just loud. He was playing like,
They love reggae.
I was like, oh, it's going down out here, man. And so he's like, oh, let me turn it on. I'm like, nah, bro, you cool. I don't mind it. But he was just real hyped to be just talk basketball for a hot second. I was like, cool. I was the guy, Toronto basketball fan, because people swear they don't actually like basketball up there. So, like I said, it was a lovely international city. It was busy, but not like it's like one of the biggest cities in North America. So it's not like it's like some little tiny town. But I felt safe there. The area I was in just seemed safe. I don't know. It felt clean. It didn't stink too bad. You know, cities always got a little bit of sewer funk. They can't help themselves. But it was beautiful. Like we went to the aquarium was amazing.
You see an octopus?
Yes, we did see the octopus they had there. So
Well, this is a good aquarium, then. Because I don't think ours got one.
The CN Tower was... I want to see the CN Tower my entire life. I don't say that jokingly or like with any kind of hyperbole. Since I recognized that was a thing that existed somewhere, I was like, I want to go to there. And I got to go up in the great glass elevator, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory style. Go there. They had a deck you can go out on. It's fenced in, so whatever, but I literally got to go out in that air and feel the air in Toronto.
And we got to piss some people off on the way down.
Oh, dude.
So you had to ride an elevator down, right? And you wait in line to get on the elevator. So it's me, T, and Vanessa. As we've already stated, we're 3 bigger people. There's like enough room on the elevator for all of us to fit, but not comfortably. And no one would be able to see through us to take pictures out the window on the way down.
Yeah.
So I was just like hoping that the dude would be like, no, we'll get you on the next one, because I didn't want to cram in here with all these people.
Yeah.
Because we're like fucking like 100 floors up or whatever the fuck it is. I don't even know, because we're higher than the apartment we were at, which we were on the 39th floor, and that felt high. I could see the top of the fucking building of that apartment complex in that tower, so it's high as fuck. So it takes 58 seconds to get from up there all the way to the ground.
Yeah.
And you're not going slow. So we were up fucking high. So this dude's just like, oh, we got room for you guys, come on in. And I was like, oh my god, you have no idea what you've just done to us. So like we get in and we're like elbow to elbow there, and I'm in the fucking middle. So I have to try and not lose my balance for 58 seconds in this crowded ass elevator, shoved up next to T and Vanessa, while like no one behind us can take pictures out the window because they cannot see through us.
Whereas I have a beautiful video of us going all the way down that glass elevator. It's lovely. So it's a delight. It's nice to be up front and be the one. I'm like, hey, all right, guy, you've done these people a disservice, but fuck them.
It was interesting too, paying for things and not knowing how much I was actually paying until I got back to America.
Yeah.
Now, see, that was always the fun thing about buying stuff. I was just about to talk about how basically the Canadian dollar is 75 cents on our dollar. So that's how that works out. So
it's basically like getting like 25 to 30% discount on everything you buy, because everything there costs basically the same as far as like what they're charging for it.
Yeah.
Because the value of the money is not the same. You come back to your home country and like everything that you bought costs less than if you were to buy it here.
yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
That's why I came home with records and we ate weird places without much of a fuck to be given. Again, like I said, once again, I have to go hang out in Shoppers Canada, which is there like CVS, because I had to go, like I said, I had to get him some fluids and some Pepto.
Did you get us some probiotics?
I did not, but I didn't know I didn't even know how that I could have looked for that on the shelf at that time.
It's just on the shelf. It's next to the vitamins and shit.
No, I got
Next time you go to that.
The restaurant we went to, the Amsterdam Brewery, that was where I learned that Pepto-Bismol turns your shit black.
dark green or black. Yeah,
Mine was black. Yeah, because T gave me Pepto while I was sick.
Yeah.
And then when we were getting ready to leave the restaurant, I had to go to the bathroom. It was the first solid that I'd had in a day and a half. So it came out black, and I was like, what the fuck? I was in the stall trying to wipe because it was like a never ending.
Yeah.
And then I'm having a panic attack. Because I'm like, oh my god, am I really sick? What is going on?
It's the secret of the ooze.
So like I'm in there for like 15 minutes trying to wipe this blackness off of me, and it just like kept coming and kept coming. And I finally get out there because T and I had both gone into the bathroom at the same time because we were actually getting ready to leave the restaurant. So I come out and he's like standing out in the hallway and he's like, are you okay? You were in there for a really long time. And I was like, I don't know, man, my shit was black. He goes, oh, it's the Pepto. I was like, what do you mean the Pepto?
It's a known side effect of consuming Pepto-Bismol. So you're gonna be real dark green or all the way toward black, depending on how whatever.
I took a picture of it that I never showed anybody because I was worried in case I needed evidence.
This was it, doctor. It went down.
I was like, I might need to show them what I was talking about.
But we got boxed back to health the next day after keeping him hydrated and got some soup and some other stuff in his body. Old school, just taking care of him, man.
I fell asleep in the afternoon watching American football in French, and then I woke up.
I was wondering how you got the French channel.
I just turned it on because it was the first one I found that had football.
Okay.
Because I was hoping I could find the Browns game. It was the only one I could find.
Yeah.
So I just put it on. I mean, I knew who the players were, so like even though I couldn't understand the play calling, I knew what was going on. And then I fell asleep. I woke back up, and T's sitting on the couch next, like at my feet, and he's watching the Panthers and the Cowboys.
Well, it was a good game. I found the English translation or whatever. The NFL on what was it on
Telemundo.
TBN or CBN, whatever it was. I think it was the Canadian broadcast. So yeah. So that was a delight. Yo, that was Canada, man. I never realized that was a little bit all over the place. Oh, also, wait a minute. This is something. Toys R Us in Canada is alive and well. They just came out of an 8-month bankruptcy up there. They reorganized. They're doing just fine. Stores is lovely. Shelves seem full and clean. Toys R Us still exists in Canada. You can still be a Toys R Us kid. You just got to go do it north of the border and anywhere else in the world, as it turns out, but America. Yeah. So we're in Toys R Us. It's kind of nice to see that.
Did you get anything from Toys R Us?
No, I was close, but then I realized that I didn't know how much I had spent on the trip, so I wanted to dial it back. Especially since I know I'm leaving out of town this weekend.
We also went to a beer store, because that's how they do it there. They have a beer store, and apparently they have a wine liquor situation store. These are two separate things, pretty far apart from each other, for something like, don't mix these two. Y'all don't meet in these streets and be battling it out. But what we found out was, what was it? Pabst came with chips or macaroni and cheese?
Macaroni and cheese.
Okay.
Yeah, they had a 30-pack of Pabst Blue Ribbon that came with Kraft Dinner. And then, I forget what the other one was. I have a picture of it somewhere. But it came with Pringles cans.
Yeah. So,
what kind of Pringles? Like,
just plain.
Cheesums?
No, just straight up. So that made us laugh. That
it was Sleeman Original Drought. Came with 3 different types of Pringles.
Oh, there you go.
And then the Pabst came with mac and cheese.
That's pretty neat.
That's how they get
I called it Canadian dinner.
Yeah.
Apparently that's how they get down north. They're like, we know you about
This
to get
was
crunk.
the really piss poor Swiss Chalet.
God, it's gross.
Like, it even looks cold in the picture. And then, yeah, you see the cheese? It's like sweating and it's a square, like it's barely even cooked.
Yeah, but yeah, that's real cheese. That's why that's probably some up north shit you know used to. But that's probably unpasteurized cheese.
Yeah. Canadian Walmart was interesting. We stopped at the Canadian Walmart to get some supplies and some snacks before we came back.
I do like the Trailer Park Boys.
And what's weird up there is all their signage is red and kind of yellow, so they got a McDonald's kind of vibe or a Target-y kind of vibe, and it's very weird, and I don't know. That's why I saw some people who might have been people of size, if you will. Okay. I was like, this makes you feel a little more at home. You kind of chubby girl. But yeah, like I said, that was Canada. Check it out if you are a patron of ours. We tried a bunch of Canadian snacks, and that episode should be up around the same time as this episode is up.
Is that you was sick?
That was me. High? That was me the night that Katie had her surgery.
Did you send her that picture?
Nah, I sent her the one on my feet.
Oh, Box took a bath. I realize that seems weird.
I did take a bath.
He got the experience of bath bomb for the first time ever in Canada. Because that's how deep and wide that tub was. Yeah, he was living his basic life. He got some Starbucks. Got the.
It wasn't coffee though. It was unsweetened tea, but it was the best unsweetened tea I'd ever had in my whole life. It tasted like fluffy clouds.
Did you put the bath bomb under your nutsack and let it fizzle up?
I didn't know what to do really. So like I got in I started the water and then I got in, and then I put the bath bomb in and it did its color change dissolve situation, and then
Did you have 2 bathrooms? Or just one?
Just one.
Okay.
So then I just kind of laid there for a while, and then I didn't know what to do. So I just kind of like sloshed around hoping that I get clean. And then I hit the drain. I sat there until all the water was gone, and then I got up and dried off.
You would take a shower like usually. I take a bath. I take a shower right after.
I kind of thought I should have, but I didn't really know the protocol because I didn't know what bath bombs do, other than make the colors in the water.
And they smell good, make your skin soft.
So I didn't know any of that shit. So I just kind of rode out with the soaking, and then that was it.
Okay.
I'll say that while it was an experience, it wasn't really for me.
I just like how massive that bathtub was.
Oh yeah, I couldn't have done that in my home. But then there was also a problem with getting out of it because it had no lip on the left side to put your hand. So I kind of had to like roll onto my side and then push the bottom of the tub with the one arm and grip the side of the tub with the other one to get out.
Yeah, that bad boy was like it's a stone box of water. It was so, it was like I said, everything about that apartment was I was amazed by it. And the price he paid was player, and maybe he making a lot of dough on a Canadian conversion or whatever like that. But yeah, I was everything about that. Like I said, I loved it. T-Dot was dope. I'm definitely going back. hoping with my homeboys because I always like, traveling with them. These are I like when we travel together because we always end up finding something interesting or doing something interesting. So I just dig that. There's nothing against my girlfriend. We have our own little adventures because we did. But
Yeah, traveling with your friends is definitely different than traveling with
your other half. Yeah,
Yeah.
man, yeah. So
Like you got to be more. It's almost like you got to. It's not tiptoeing. It's almost like you got to be more considerate. Like, oh, you don't want to get off the freeway and walk around Walmart for an hour. I'll fucking do that. That sounds pretty sweet to me.
T pulled off the highway on the way back to stop at the Ralph Lauren outlet for me.
Oh, yeah, that's
we noticed the outlet mall going north. So he was coming back. I'm like, and he had just woke up. And I was like, it's right here. We can go. And he's like, fuck it, let's go.
yeah.
And then that's when I realized Canadians don't sell clothes to fat people.
Fuck you guys. We're fat.
Like when I walk into the outlet we have here in Columbus,
Yeah.
it's like the signs are staring you right in the face, big and tall. When you walk into the one in Canada, they're like, get the fuck out of here. And then you came and like shop the racks because they're so tight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not enjoyable.
Well, I know. We're supposed. I don't know. We're supposed to be buying another house next year. So who knows how things are going to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would love to be able to take a trip because I had well, he's not really that new, and he is a bit of a jerk at times. But I had a son this year, and he got sick a whole fucking lot. And not to mention he was sick last week during the time. And that's how I learned about probiotics. It gets that poop real tight, probably without the blackness.
Who knows? Probably.
Oh no, I was there for all that shit. Jamie Lee Curtis was right.
This lovely woman all these years later. Still very fetching.
But yeah, that's something we'll have to get into next time because I gotta go.
We got to wrap it up, people. That's
Yeah,
how
I got a
we get
meeting
down.
in 7 minutes.
That's Lunchbox 2099. That's Tatum 216. I'm Tabo 713. I'm
Anthony made them.
at The Real ODP. We'll be back next week. Y'all know who it is. You just been podcasting. I know you loved it. Peace.
Hey, what happened to you? You used to be